I'm back off my holidays. Me and the family went down to New Forest. We had a lovely time, really nice time. We took the weather, oh my god, weather was immaculate. Couldn't ask for any better weather, really. Beautiful and warm all week. Kids had a whale of a time, so yeah, ideal. Had a day off of camera yesterday. We got all the tractors off big tyres, back onto their original tyres. We had a few cattle out. There's 5 of these in here. There's a young calf in here. He's got a bit of diarrhea, so we're just treating him. He's on his 2nd day. It's the 3rd day today, so we're treating him today. 5 cows there. They are cows that didn't calve, older cows, cows that might have a problem, something like that. So those 5 are going. We've got a group of cows in the bull paddocks. They're going to come in. We've took out the older group. They've gone out. They went out a couple of weeks ago. Those guys went out, and we start ourselves with some bad news again. Our big white bull Riley, the week before I went on holiday, he went down in the shed. And when you say he went down, something wrong with his he had something wrong. He must have been jumping about on the cows and got it all wrong and twisted his back. We gave him the benefit of the doubt for a few days, longer than we should have really, but in the end he couldn't get himself off the ground. We were feeding him in his where he was laid, and unfortunately we had to have him shot. The reality of farming, I'm afraid. You know, a giant animal like that, he weighs a ton. We're hoping he might get up on his feet and recover, and we'll put him in a pen. We'll put him in the paddock out there. Dave is now picking up the slack for Riley. We've got 4 bulls. We're going to run them. Got to get these guys in and get some gates set up, bring the cows in, and hopefully get the last of the cows out today, which will be good because they want to go out. Come on then. Go on in. Go on, girls. Go ahead. Got it. So me and Keithy are just setting up. Farmer's actually in a meeting with somebody, I believe, from the council or something like that, in reference to a bridge where we have cattle. They want to replace a nice wide bridge that we use to bring cattle across a brook, and they want to replace it with a footbridge for the public, which is no good to us when we're trying to run cattle from field to field. So farmers having a meeting with her down at the bridge in question, hopefully getting somewhere with that, fighting things from all angles. The bull was a bit of a bummer because he was an expensive bull. He was a very good bull, and we, although he had a little growth on his foot, we actually had quite high hopes for him this summer. But that was, yeah, horrible news really. We were going to leave Dave, you see, as a backup bull, but he's going to have to put the work in now, and we know he does work, so we're not really worried too much. Spent last night updating our steering kit, so we'll go through that when we get a chance. But our priority today is to get the rest of these cows out. The old man will then check them on his daily. He goes out every single day in the summer, come rain or shine, he's out there checking cattle. It's always been his thing to do. Right, so these cows here are all ready to go out. We're going to hopefully get them in nice orderly fashion without scaring them too much. They're all ready to go out. We just got to process them and take their numbers. They've all had their vaccinations, fly tags, tails trimmed. So we just got to take numbers and put them out to the fields now. Go on, girls. Go on, girls. Come on. Come on. Come on in. Go on. Come on. Go on. It doesn't need to be a race about job. We just want to get them in nice and safe. Bull's in there as well. That's Dave. Got a nice path for them all the way up into the shed. Don't pressure them too much. Lovely. That was ideal, eh? That's textbook, that was, Keithy. But you love it when it goes nicely. Well, they know where they're going. It looked like we know what we're doing. 376. Give her a shot when she comes through. So these are the remaining cows and calves left to go out. They're sort of one big group here. I think we've got 5 older cows with calves. I think they're going on the cull list, but they stick around, they raise their calves, and once they've raised calves and we separate calves, then they get culled then. So we put them in a separate paddock just so we know where they are. There'll be older cows that have sort of given problems in the past, bad bags, you know, not so many calves, stuff like that. Got 1337 with a limp there. Need to make sure she gets a jab before she goes out.
Right, these are the younger cows, Matt. So these are
she's
a
heifer, isn't she?
heifer.
Yeah.
That's a heifer. I don't think she'll be any good, if I'm truthful.
No.
Because she didn't have a calf last year, and if you didn't get in a calf as a heifer, I don't think you're gonna.
No.
What there is, Matty, a higher number, sorry, so a lower age.
Yep.
And they're the ones we want to try and keep if we can.
Come on
now. Go back.
Come on, silly. Daft as a brushy, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm just going to pull that gate in and then we'll be alright.
Yep.
So they're just younger cows.
Yeah. And they're not cows that, you know, it might be the first time without a calf sort of thing.
Exactly. We all had a calf last year.
Yeah. And we changed our calving routine a bit, didn't we? Brought it forward, didn't you?
I put the bull in later, Matt, and had him out earlier.
Yeah.
And when you know, that might be this gate.
Yeah, let's try that properly. So what's the reason to put them with a Red Angus bull then?
Well, as a general rule, if they ain't had a calf, they're always in a bit better order.
So they're a bit fatter, yeah?
And they will continue to get fat.
Yes.
So through the summer, they'll do the sows better than anything with a calf.
Yeah.
And the answer is then, mate, you come to calving next year, and of course you've got this bloody great big fat old thing. If you've got a big, yeah, to be truthful, because the Charolais's not here, it really probably wouldn't matter which bull they went with now.
No, not really.
You know,
but the thought process is have a smaller calf, bit easier time calving.
With no issues. Also, we
no.
put with Angus and we never had an issue last year. Can you stick it on that end?
Yeah.
Just then we can open it.
Yeah.
So that is the thought process, mate.
Yeah.
Whether there's any merit in it, I don't know.
Well, it's got to help, innit? That's what
you're trying to do is just make life as easy as you can for yourself.
Yeah.
That you know, is top and bottom of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Come on, girls. Got lovely coats on now, haven't they?
Yeah.
This just started to lose it. Right. Right. Steady. Come on, girls. Go on. Come on, girls.
Hey, go on.
Go on, you.
Go on, get your ass up. Load of space up. You can't always get them 10 because you can't get them to push up, Matt.
No.
But when you put an 8 on, like, no issues. And you can get 10 in there because we know that.
Yeah. And it's easy to get muddled up. If you don't write this stuff down, you think you're going to remember it later on. You can't. And Farmer and Linda will all also write down where the bulls are, what date they get swapped, and where they get swapped to. And that all ties in with calving next year. You know, with what bull, what cow had a bull from what cow had a calf from what bull. Come on. Yes. Go on, Em. Go on in, girls. Go on.
I'll turn right.
Yeah, yeah. Hooey. Yeah. There we go. All right, sir.
Very good.
Ellen.
Just through in this next field, third field.
Are they? They'll find them, won't they?
Oh, they'll find them.
How long will you put magnesium in the water for then, Keith?
I usually only want it for a week or so.
Yeah.
But, you know, so you put it in as much as you like. But I don't always drink the water, see, because there's some birds still with water in.
They got some ponds, have they? And for the cows that drink out of the rivers, you have special licks, don't you, with magnesium?
Well, you can get them.
You know, you put that treacle, you call it, don't you?
Have I got to pack the rent for a ride?
Yeah, £1 a ride, isn't it? There's a few insects about, isn't there?
Yeah, there'll be more July.
Yeah.
We've got tests.
I can't wait for TB testing.
Yeah, that'll be alright then.
Yeah.
That's only a few weeks time.
Yeah.
So you get here July, and you'll get air.
Yeah, that's it. We'll get Linda to get that nice that Dallas Key stuff for the cows this time, eh?
Oh,
That worked better, didn't it?
I can have some day here, you see. You can't keep them off.
Yeah. Go on, boys.
Go on, let's go.
Go on, boys. Yeah. Lovely. Switch on. We just took a bit of time just to get the right cows and calves together, so when we release them into the field, all the mums are looking for the calves and they'll find their calves, and then if we have any trouble in the field, at least the right mums and calves are together. So it's been a bit fiddly, if I'm honest, but the next group, you know, all we got to do is take numbers and take calves, and they'll all be out then. We always load up the calves first. If you load the calves first, these won't be a trouble to load. They'll jump on this trailer quicker than any. They can hear the calves calling over there, so they think the calves are on the trailer. You won't have no trouble. There's 3 fields all joined together here. This is actually one that is within the army training ground. Certain times of the day when they're training, you can't actually be in here, but it's all right today. No flags flying today, so that's all right. But I'll show you all these cows here. As you see, they live about as natural lifestyle as you can ever get. It's no fertilizers, no nothing. It's literally natural grasslands. We will sometimes take a crop of hay off some of these fields, depending on how much grass the cow needs. You know, they got fields dotted around here all over the place they can graze. So so when you first put them out to grass, it's always with lush grass. First couple of weeks they can get magnesium deficiency. That's why we put magnesium in the water. They've got boluses that will help with that as well. We don't control the water here, so we can't put mag flakes in the water. So we've got these buckets here, and they come up to them and they give them a little lick, and then as you see, there's a little bit, old man calls it treacle, but it's just high magnesium content molasses basically. Yeah, they'll come and lick the wheel and they'll get their daily intake that they need, and after a couple of weeks we pull these out and they'll be fine for the rest of the summer. Then they live a beautiful lifestyle down here. They only see the old man, you know, there's a few walkers dotted about here, there and everywhere, but yeah, these are always the lucky ones. You know, they get to live a natural lifestyle as possible. We got a TB test coming up in about a month's time, 3 to 4 weeks. Calves are on here. We always pull the calves. You can't get the trailer down here with the tractor, it's a bit tight, so what we do is run the cows down the lane, then the old man will run them up this lane and they'll join this group here. We'll go and get a second bunch, 13 calves in here. There they all are. Won't let them out. If we let them out now, they will just take off. So we wait for mum to come. Mum will come running across the field, then we'll let them out, and then they'll join the others. I'm a bit scared to turn the trailer around here because it's, as you know, it's been ever so wet and it's soft underfoot. So I'll get the weight out of the trailer and then we'll be able to turn around. Let them out. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Go on in. these calves are with the right mothers, so none of these are mixed up. They're all with the right mums. We wanted to make sure of that, just in case one of them took off. We'll go and have a good look around the field now. Join the other group, there's 8 over there already. And another 12 or 13 back at home to come out. Right, Dave the bull was in this group, so this is where he will run. And then in the middle of summer sometime, I don't know what the date is, I can't remember, end of July I think, coming up to August, we will swap the bulls over. It just covers all grounds, if you know what I mean. I want to make sure no other cows are heading down this way. They've all settled down, they're all got their heads down in the grass, that's what you want to see. Beautiful day today, absolutely perfect. Right, come on then you lot. Go on then. Go on. Go on. Go on. Right, there we go. Be a good group that will. We've got 2 left to bring up, we're going to bring them up and that'll be it. The main of the cows will be out. We've got 1 more to bring out another day and that'll be it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that'll be alright. Check them. Yeah, we'll have a look. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I was going to take a drone up at the weekend. Ooh. Yeah? Yeah? Good weather?
No, we're going to Birmingham Friday.
Yep.
Coming back Saturday.
Oh yeah, nice.
So I'll do them Friday morning, I expect.
Yeah, we'll cover. Ah, that'll be alright. They look well, don't they? Nice bit of grass.
Yeah, they'll soon easy out though, because there's a fair few old men now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The old boy said was when you put in here, there's always a few up there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a hell of a day. We've just finished for the day. Everything is out. Farmer sold those stores round the back, the biggest ones that we sorted. They're sold, gone. The man come and picked them up, he was happy with them, gave Farmer a good price. Farmer was happy, he was happy, that's the main thing. A week's worth of cleaning out. We soak all the floors then, you see, because we sometimes use this store as a bit of a wet store. Not that there's going to be massive grain coming in. We will wash all the floors down, wash the walls down. Alright girls. They feel left out, don't they? We've got the boxes to wash out. We've got a hell of a lot of work in the next week, getting all these sheds out. And yes, I want to, on the end of this video, I'm going to go up and fly the drone around some of the spring crops, have a little look, see how we did, see how things are doing. We had a heck of a lot of, another inch of rain after we planted, which Farmer says has let it down a little bit here and there, but for the most part he's pretty happy. Apparently the 8S GPS is miles out, 6 inches out. We were up at Graham and Martin's with it on the banks, and it compensates, so you don't really know exactly how it's lining up when you're on the banks, because the nose is always pointed uphill. But there is apparently a 6-inch gap either side of the drill mark, which is pretty annoying, because that is one of the things they said they would fix for us, so we've got to do something there. Don't know, we'll get the Massey guys out to fix that, because that is super annoying. especially when you're mowing and stuff like that. It'll leave a strip of grass, that sort of thing's annoying. So we'll get them back. You know, the man will be here doing a software update on it, and I'll get him to recalibrate the GPS on it. All the barriers have got to come down. We're going to go from we've got all these gates to put down. Yeah, we've got plenty of work for the next 2 weeks. It will take about 2 weeks to get the muck out, get the barriers down, put them in an order so we know how they go back up, which we forget every single year. I think we've got a bust, let's see, we've got a bust post in here, so we might have to look at that for next year. That's not straight down there, is it? So I think that middle post is either come out or bust. I think it's bust, if I'm honest. They will rot out, you know, they're in the muck all the time, so they'll rot. So we might have to put a new post in there for next year, but that's easily done. Calf pens have got to come out, you know. Yeah, lots of work to be done in this yard. The backyard's got to be done, and the yard over at the where the heifers were. So those all got to be cleaned out. So we got, yeah, good 10 days of cleaning but then after that we can start going getting hay machines back. We haven't got that much silage to make because we made plenty last year. We'll be making some, but we won't be making the quantities we made last year. We've also got a barn turning up soon that we've got to dig the holes and put the concrete in for the posts, and a man will come and set the posts up. So yes, we've got some stuff to do. You know, we're plenty busy for the next month anyway, so while things are all growing in the hay fields, we won't be cutting hay. You know, if we're lucky and the weather's with you at the start of June, maybe you might take a cut just because the weather's there. But usually it's mid-June, July, and then the combine comes out, and yeah, going to be super busy. All this rebar will be gone. That will be gone in the concrete where it should be. I've got some videos coming up of the steering kit, dedicated videos for Spherewerken, working with them on their new software. So yeah, make sure you look out for those. They're pretty keen to show that off. Apparently it's all works on 3 signals within 10 centimeters accuracy. So we'll see how that works. There goes Robbo. Wave, Robbo. No, not gonna wave. We had a day yesterday, got the last of the cows out. The 5 curl cows are in the field. They're gonna go next week. So all the animals are out now, so I'm really pleased with that. But yeah, we started clean-up operation yesterday. So a lot of mucking out to do, a lot of barriers to get off. We're just gonna have this shed out.
That far up anymore?
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah, do what? That's excellent.
It's a nice easy fix for once,
yeah,
isn't it?
beautiful result. I was just saying to Rob, if we go once all round M40,
Yeah.
another load all right round, and I can push up later on. I don't need to be napping. So
No. All the muck's got to come out. Yesterday we started yesterday. Took all the barriers down. We wanted to have a place to put barriers, so we always put barriers in the end of this shed. So we had to start with that shed. We had the clamp out. There's still a bit in there, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get all this muck out, take it to the fields. I'll have a chat with you quick about that. Hey, we had a little problem with our tractor starting. Simplest of fixes. Farmer changed the Robert's loading. I'll show you quick, because it was an easy fix. Keithy noticed a spot of a little diesel leak underneath the filter. Farmer recently changed the filters, you see. Keithy noticed a leak. It was leaking out the bottom here. There's a little pool of diesel underneath. We just tightened that up. She starts good as gold. She was struggling to start each day because obviously if it was leaking diesel, it puts air in there, so it takes a long time to wind over. Keithy's heading off. Let's show you what Robbo's doing. Keithy's heading off to do some fertilizing. So he's going up to Alice's to put some P&K fertilizer on. That'll be the last of the fertilizing then. It's a nice day for it and it's dry, so we might as well go on. So yeah, Keithy's going to go and do that. He's going to borrow Alice's telehandler. He doesn't need anybody else, so he'll be up there on his own. Then the spinner can be washed off, put away. Robbo's just loading this up. This shed, we have to get all the sides. You get the bulk of it out and then you sort of scrape. You have to manually do it. It's a horrible job. You have to get the fork in there and pull it all away from the sides. But it'll be alright. We'll get the bulk of everything out and then we'll mess about with that later. As soon as harvest is done, we will hire a couple of big spreaders and then we will get it spread across the field. To the common person who doesn't know much about farming, you know, muck looks like a horrible product that the cows produce, but to us farmers it's a very important product for keeping soils healthy, and so we don't have to use chemical fertilizers to put on the fields. So it's a very important, you know, the cows help you out in a lot more ways than you can imagine. You know, because we're hay farmers, you know, you don't get perfect hay all the way through. You might end up with some rubbish which the cows then eat. They are happy to eat, you know, anything really, and then obviously the byproduct of that is muck, which then we put back on the fields. So the cows help you out in, you know, a lot more ways than you can imagine. We call them dustbins, but not because we don't like them, because they will eat all the rubbish that you can't sell, and then give you back muck, which means you don't have to put as much fertilizer on. These are all, what are these destined for next year? I can't remember. Farmer did say that one over there, that's been worked. Keithy worked that yesterday. That's going into grass. And this muck heap, although it looks quite big there as it stands, that will shrink to about half its size before we get to spreading it. And some people always say, oh, is it, you know, is it more important to heap it up or leave it in a thin layer? But we find if you heap it up, you will get the best quality. It all goes down into this black stuff. That black stuff there, that is perfect. That's damn near soil, rich soil, but that's what you want. That's what you're looking for at the end of it. When you put it in the spreader, you want it underneath, in the bit, it sort of all condenses down into a like a black soil type, not as heavy as soil, but a soil type mixture, you know. So we always mount them up, and they always the fermentation process is always quicker as well. I can't see anything here. Let me just tip this up. Anyway, you're only going to see one load of this. There's lots of mucking out to do, but I haven't got massive of time and video. This video is already long. Alright, I'm going to get squared up a bit better. We're not worried about this crop here because this field is pretty much failed. And there's a load of black grass on it as well. So had it been any other year and we were looking for silage, we would just silage them off. This one's black grass as well. We're not impressed with these fields at all. Wet weather has done all that, you know, can't help it. And because this field is bare where we're tipping, it's actually perfect for tipping because you're not creating as much damage with compaction. So once we've tipped all the way around the heap, we've got another heap in this field, we'll tip all the way around that one, and then we've got another field back this way that we'll tip in there as well. And then someone will come with a digger and build it up into a big heap, a condensed heap, and that will give you the best product at the end. We feel, anyway, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to do it or what's the best thing for them, but we always find it's best for us. The only problem you get by tipping muck in a field is you've got a few things. You can't do it near water courses. You're not allowed to tip in the same place for 2 years or more, which is why we have to move muck heaps every year. And the other thing is, once they've heaped that into a big heap, condensed heap, they then have to, it will then create a compaction spot in that corner. So, and you can't help that, but all of that material there, that will fermentate, it will change, it will get really hot, it will go like this side here where it's all black. That's been left there a little while, you see. And then with the muck spreaders, will spread it onto the field. We will cultivate it into the soils, and it's just very, very, very good for soils. You know, you can't keep growing crops and putting nothing back in the soils. You know, when you grow a crop, you're taking out of the soils, so you've got to put something back in, and the muck is the best thing you can put back in. So yeah, cows are very useful for in more ways than one, is what I'm trying to say. This one, we're going into grass with it. It won't be for a while. We need to work that down into a really fine seed bed, so that will be done over the course of the summer, and then the back end of August I imagine we will seed it then into that same grass mix. We're hoping to take a crop off that grass mix that we laid up at Peter's farm, which looks really well at the moment. See what that looks like in a bale, and then if it's good enough, we're hoping to put that in here. But we've got to work that into a fine seed bed. We want a really level, nice, fine seed bed for grass, and then we will drill it with. You've got to have a bit of rain. You've got to get it. You know, you want a nice day to drill it, and then you want a guaranteed rain after it. And last year we had just perfect weather for planting grass, really. So that's why that one grass came up so well. Anyway, that's enough on that. Clearing up time. Once the sheds are all cleared out and dried out and washed out, we'll then start moving hay around, getting the storage sheds ready for new product coming in. So we'll take all the product out of those sheds, put them in the cow sheds that we're going to use this year, and then we'll clear the big sheds ready for new product coming in for next year. So lots of fiddly little jobs coming up. There's a muck heap in this corner. We had to dig out a gully here to let the water off. There's a little bit of wood there that we'll put on the fire. Lots of little things we got going on. We've got a load of, you know, plenty of dry day jobs coming up.